Okay, we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome. A little bit early for me. 1 o'clock in the afternoon show, but it's about 6 o'clock where Mike is. So I'd like to welcome everybody. Mike Bradley to the Guitar Hack Show. How are you, buddy?
Hello. I'm good, man. I'm very, very good. Yeah, no, it's lovely to meet you properly and chat about all things, I'm guessing, guitar.
Well,
I don't know. Who knows where it's going to go?
Well, I'm not going to be talking about sheep farming or anything. So.
I mean, that would be a topic there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's going to be 100% guitar talk. Before we get into that, though, let me just welcome everybody because people have been in the chat now waiting.
There we go. I've got the chat now. Here we go.
Yeah, so let's just say hello to everybody. We got Gary Holt in the house. How are you? Lefty Mike. We got Todd DK Soda Pop. Welcome. RJ the Mad One. Nice to see you. Brad Miller, Henrik Viking. Wow, that's great. Michael Rendon is in here. Ben Coombs. Welcome. Marsman.
Ben Coombs, yes.
Yeah, Ben is here. Yep. Daniel Horsley. EVH and Gear TV. Eric, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Terry's GG&G is here. Brian Cote. Thank you all so much. Jimmy T is here. And
Jimmy T. I love that name.
Yes. Mitch Heyman is here as well. Guitared It. Welcome. And I think Marco's Images just popped in. Wow, we got a lot of people in here now.
Yeah, it's great.
It's flying. It is flying. Quentin James. Okay. On the count of three, Mike, you and I have to say Quentin.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Quentin! There we go. He'll save that and post that later. So.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah. So how are you doing, Mike?
I'm good. Yeah. It's been busy. I feel like I've been kind of all over the place lately, which is good. Yeah. But then stressful as well, like from this year, really. Obviously, we're nearly 1/3 of the way through, aren't we? It's nearly March, but yeah, I was engaged at the beginning of the year, which I've actually made. I'm actually making public on YouTube for the first time on your live stream. I just realised that. But I got engaged in January. Then I went to the NAMM show, obviously.
Oh, congratulations!
And then, thanks, man. And then from that, just kind of the usual hustle, what you do as a self-employed musician, and then yeah, just kind of I've got some session work next week, so I'm kind of learning stuff for that, and then trying to edit videos for YouTube, trying to edit videos for my website. I want to get a new batch of video lessons people can get from there and stuff, you know. So it's just yeah, constant. You think things are a bit quieter, and then you think, okay, things are too quiet now. I want to get some work coming in.
Yeah.
But then more comes in, and it gets, you know. But it's all good because, you know, I still get to make a living, you know, playing these, which is good, you know. So
whoa. You know. Before you put that down, what the hell is that? Easy there. What is that?
This is actually, I'm going to be doing a video talking about this very soon because I think it was a year ago. Basically, it's a luthier who lives near me.
Right.
Darren Horton, his name is, and his guitar brand is Daniel's Guitars. It's named after his son, who sadly passed away. Wow. But he makes these really cool, you know, guitars. You know, a lot. I've people watch me a lot. I've done some like 59 replica Les Pauls. I've played a bit before.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and so he made them. And then he gave me this guitar a year ago, and I did a video on it. I think it's called "What Do You Think of This Guitar?" or something like that. It literally was a year ago, and it had it was just wood, and it had this pickup in there, and I was like, I kind of like it about the paint. And then he dropped this round, and I was like, okay, this is quite cool, you know. So I think he might age it a little bit as well, but he's dropped a few guitars round. I've got so many guitars in there at the moment. It's actually ridiculous.
What's the deal with that pickup?
I think it's a gold foil.
Okay. Yeah, it's got that look. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a meaty sounding guitar, but he's given me a which you might like. Hang on a minute. But I've snapped the string on it. But what are you going to do? Which is this one, which has got
that is sweet.
And I don't know if you can see it in the light, but the AJ in it is really, really good.
You can see a bit of that.
I'm not really I like kind of wearing guitars out the old-fashioned way.
Right.
This actually is really cool.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a really cool one. Yeah. So yeah, I just got to do some videos of them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But how about yourself? How's your world?
My world is good. Yeah, we never talked. So I'm a gigging guy as well. I don't do it full time. I have a full-time job. For me, music is a hobby, but I do play in a bar band, so we get quite often.
Nice.
So that's kind of where I'm coming from, and and of course I'm addicted to gear and everything, all the other bad stuff that comes along with it. So, but
I think as well. I mean, YouTube is responsible, I think, a bit why, if you think back, let's say 10 years ago, I don't think there was such a big thing about, obviously we loved our gear, don't get you wrong, for me, I was always guitar and amps, that was my thing.
Right.
And that's not changed, but pedals over the last kind of 5-10 years have just exploded. I remember just having a homemade pedal board my granddad put together for me, and he kind of did slots. So I'd like the slots for my wah-wah to fit in. And I had a Boss SD1, and I had the amp changer, for my Marshall DSL 100 and a tuner. That was it. That was my pedal board, and I could add it over the years. But then now you just see all this stuff. You're like, okay, I need that, and then you go on Instagram and you see these like beautiful custom molded pedal boards.
Oh, multi-tier.
Yeah, all kind of neatly put together and everything like that.
With switching on the bottom so that you don't even touch the pedals. You just you just look at them and they change. That's getting there.
Just use the force and they change now. You know? So it's getting a bit crazy in it. But I mean, I still like a good guitar into an amp, Yeah. But that being said, if you can get a good few pedals, then, that's when the addiction starts, isn't it?
Well, the pedal thing, I think a lot of it really has to do with like the type of music you play and how many sounds do you need? How many flavors do you need, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like if you're a strict blues guy, you're not going to need 20 pedals, right? If you're playing, you know what I mean? It really depends. In my case, I kind of like you. Like I started with the pedal thing. Oh, not that long ago, maybe 4 years ago. I was actually a multi-effects guy because it's a long story, but I stopped playing for a number of years and I got back into it. And then the quickest way to sort of get sounds was the multi-effects. So I went that route.
Yeah.
And anyways, and then I got talked into, the rabbit hole of pedals, and I started migrating to that. And now it's just a matter of, man, like, you buy the board, the pedal board, and then you're like, okay, you put 3 or 4 on there, and then you put another 1 or 2, and then it starts to go, and it's like you're running out of real estate. So
then you buy a bigger board.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm at 12 pedals at this point, and it's like there's not a square inch of left. And I don't want to go beyond that, but every pedal that's on that board gets used at a gig. You know what I mean?
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they got to get used. So I think that's really what sends you down that path is how many sounds do you really need, right?
But on that board, how many dirt pedals have you got?
Okay, don't go there. Okay, I've got 3.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, okay. Wait a minute. If you include a tube screamer, then it's 4.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But like I was saying earlier, I do covers, and I need a light overdrive. I need a sort of a classic rock, and then I need more of an aggressive like 80s. So, you're not going to sit there and turn knobs between songs. You want the sounds to be there, right? So
no, absolutely. No, I mean, I think now at the moment I've got 3. Yeah,
there you
3 dirt pedals. Yeah, I've got. What am I using at the moment? I've got the Thorpe Peacekeeper, which is like a low gain overdrive,
right?
And then my Hampstead Odyssey, which you can do load of things with that, but I've just got it set as a nice gain, you know, nice boosty gain kind of lead, you know. And then I've got a pedal called the King Fuzz by Bigfoot Pedals.
Okay.
This is on my main board. Obviously, I've got a shitload of pedals, you know, but I kind of go between those three. But while I was stacking and stuff, and I'm trying to, in a way, do less gain now because I just like the clarity where you have more headroom. Yeah. And then you've got, you know, the girth if you want it kind of thing. You know, when you start stacking, you start hearing that like a sag. That's a good way.
You lose definition. I totally get what you're saying.
So it sometimes makes it hard having less gain, but that's where, you know, the practice comes in, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it sounds, I don't know. And with less gain, you're probably going to cut through the mix better too, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like being loud. You'll certainly hear me, but yeah, no, certainly, yeah. I just feel when you start stacking on 2 or 3, boost pedals or overdrive pedals, you know, that definition, you know, so it might sound great in the bedroom, you know, like yeah, boy, you know, but when you're in a live situation, it would just, you kind of lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's where I've been I'm trying to trim it down a little bit, I think now, you know. I think I've got 9 on there, but I might take one drive pedal off soon or something. I don't know. I've been very kindly got sent one of those rock boards, what Frameless and Morick do. So I'm gonna put together a sister board,
right,
with just the bare essentials, so then I can just, you know, don't have to worry about flight cases. I can just throw it in a bag and then go that way. So that's what that's my project.
Are you typically throwing everything in the front end, or are you an effects loop guy?
I used to be an effects loop. I used to, you know, delays and reverbs would be effects loop. Now I'm all front end. I just and I kind of, because there is especially with the delay, you can hear a difference between effects loop and front end.
Right.
And I used to prefer the sound of the effects loop, the delay pedal and the effects loop. But for some reason, I don't like that sound anymore. I prefer it in, you know. If I was using a lot more gain just from my amp, I would still put the reverb through the effects loop. But because my amp's kind of set a bit more, not necessarily clean, but, you know, a slight breakup, you know.
Right.
If I have to use, luckily, the reverb and the Hampstead, for example, is all right, you know, it's really, really nice. But if the reverb's gone, or I've got my Fender Supersonic I gig with sometimes as well, and unfortunately the reverb in that is dead. But for that, I pretty much just stay on the clean channel and then use, you know, drive for it, you know. But if I was using the drive channel on the amp and I needed reverb, I would put the reverb for the effects loop, because I find if you go front end from a dirty amp, it's just it's all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've experimented yourself. How about yourself? How do you do it?
I find when you put like the delay, for example, through an effects loop, it's too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's too much.
I used to like that. I can't believe I did. You know, now I'm like,
you know, I want to touch delay. You know, I mean, the delay, I just really want the delay just so that when you're playing, you know, like a leads and that you get a little more sustain, right? Like the notes linger a little bit longer, right? That's really it. So, but if you put it, so if you want that little bit of an effect, but then you go and throw in the effects loop, then it becomes the whole sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's,
I mean, when you think Dave Gilmour and The Edge, you know, who have mastered that delay sound, I'm pretty sure they're straight in. You know, I don't think Nathan says like, well, if they go straight in, you know, it's obviously there's a reason for it. But then, you know, some other crazy cats go loop still.
Yeah. So like your amps basically are using them as pedal platforms by the sounds of it, right? Like you said,
I am now. Yeah. Or sometimes I will leave an overdrive on and just clean it up on the guitar. That's what I did for so long. I would just use the amp as overdrive and would clean it up. Right. It's just different tonal sounds, isn't it? You know, when you got a pedal, and you know, if I can't bother to keep tap dancing, I'll just knock the volume down, and it'll clean up that. And then, you know.
Okay, I've been neglecting this chat, and I want to.
Yeah, I know what. I haven't been looking at it, so I apologize to everyone. Hello to you all. I'm gonna get back.
No worries. Okay, I just want to welcome Michael B is here. Hey, Michael, Broken Chains. We got 42 people watching. Wow. Jamal Kareem, Showman Blues. Hey, how are you? Trying to catch up on everyone that I missed. If anyone has questions for myself or for Mike, please tag. I don't know if Mike. I don't know if you're in the chat, but if you tag me,
yeah. And I'm just saying. I saw some congrats from Terry and Guitared It. I think from the saying about that I've sold my soul and getting married. So thank you very much.
Well, Michael B is saying, please tell Mike I enjoyed his new album.
Oh, bless you, man. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, you beautiful man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Michael. And you've got a good, strong name. So
Michael B, yeah. We got Sean Zimmerman is here. Dave R's Guitars. Who else? Here's a question. Question for Mike. His interview and playing with Phil X is incredible. That video brought me to his channel. Was awesome. Did Phil have any good stories off air? There's a question for you.
I had breakfast with Phil nearly every single day. We got on quite well, actually. Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and you know, like he was showing me pictures of his little kid, you know, climbing out of her cot and all that kind of stuff. You know,
right.
Now, when we were first like hanging out, we weren't even talking about it, because it was just like, wow, we're in Germany and I've only slept for 4 hours, and you know, just a general kind of you know, guy chat kind of thing, you know. But yeah, we spoke about all sorts of stuff. Really, it's hard to. I caught him a bit at NAMM. He's like, Mike. You know, I was like, Phil, but then it's completely different environment, because you're talking to him, and then like you've got 20 people going, hey man, to Phil, hey man, you know, and me being the typical Brit, like far too polite. I was like, oh, I'll catch up with you later, man. No, I'll let you. And he was engaging with me, but I said, oh, I'll let you be. We'll catch up later. And unfortunately, I didn't see him again. But he did go to me. So that lick. I don't know if you've seen the video. This
yeah.
I couldn't quite understand what he was saying, but he said the lick you were talking about, that wasn't what I meant, or something like that. I thought, well, what the hell do you mean? And I don't know, you know. So, but no, he's a super sweetheart of a guy. And everything you imagine him to be, he is. You know, he's there's no facade, and that's like that with pretty much everyone I've met, really. You know, who are kind of YouTube famous, or you know, our guitar community. You know, but yeah, Phil was a lovely bloke, and yeah, really cool player, and it was really cool playing with him as well. You know, and you know, I certainly. I mean, I'm confident in myself as a player, because people, even friends of mine who are great players, are like, weren't you nervous playing with him? And I remember like doing that video, because I think that was like the 3rd day we were there, 4th day, because the night before we was having dinner, and I said, oh, Phil, we're in tomorrow at like 5. He went, do you want to do a video? I was like, yeah, you guys been waiting for you to ask me. I was like, oh, well, I'm asking you, you know.
Yeah.
And when we were doing it, they gave me, he had like a Shoes and Kettner, I can't remember, load of Shoes and Kettner amps there.
Right.
And all they had in there was a Fender Twin for me, which is a cool amp, but you want a little bit of dirt.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, is there anything else? So I ran to the Joyo. Actually, I'll give a little plug for Joyo. Can you see that? There we go. Joyo.
Yeah.
Joyo. And actually, I got this overdrive pedal. I was like, can I borrow an overdrive? Which they gave to me, which is very nice. So they went, yeah. So gave me that, and I had like this Schecter Strat, and I was like, it's going to be too thick. I need a bit of ball. So I ran over to, I didn't really have time to be nervous, you know. I ran over to the framers, and then I just felt some of the guitars they had, and I just thought, oh, this feels all right. I didn't even look. I didn't know what it was. I just felt the neck, you know. So, but because I'm confident in myself as a player, I wasn't like, oh, I'm playing with Phil, you know. Because by then I kind of hung out with him quite a bit. So, but yeah, he's a lovely guy, really nice guy, and hopefully you will get to meet him one day.
Well, I haven't met him in person, but I have a small sort of mutual friend. One of the band that I'm in, the drummer used to play with. He's from Toronto.
That's right, yeah.
And the drummer that I'm playing with now, when Phil used to do jams in that, this is the same drummer. So the guy that I play with used to play with Phil at one point. So
cool.
That's my connection to Phil.
Yeah, he's played a lot of gigs, that man. You can tell. Yeah. More importantly, he's played a lot of bad gigs, so he knows how to work the crowd, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, very cool, very, very cool.
Okay, I just want to welcome some more people, Mike. We got Bearded Blues Dude is here. Charlie S, welcome. Ed Dana, how are you? Lars Guitar. Thrash is here. Hey, Thrash.
Thrash.
Rick Romanelli, hey, man. I guess nobody's working today. Everybody's taking a day.
Yeah, so what time was it? 11? What time's it over in the States?
It's 1:30 p.m. here right now.
Oh, you're Eastern, aren't you?
Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah. Dave R, if I haven't said hello, welcome. Michael Rendon. I think I caught Michael already. So, sorry, folks. I'm way, way, way behind. Guitared it. Welcome. Casper Boo. Hey, man. Casper Boo caught one. EVH and Gear TV. When I used to play amps, I would always run delay and reverb through effects loop. Everything else to the front of the amp. That was all through EVH heads. Okay.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's exactly what I used to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Bamazi, welcome. Todd Graff, how are you? Craig Tullius. Everyone's saying how they like to run their stuff. Graham Fogg, there's a new name. Welcome. Dan of New Jersey, how are you? David Ennis, welcome. And Queen Daniel Clairsont, how are you? There's a new name. Okay. Hey,
a lot of people like going through the front of the amp. I saw someone said it's so much easier, and it is. Just less leads.
Yeah. It is. It is. JJK, Ron Limber, I'm almost done. Janice Lala. Okay, and I hit everybody, I believe. If I haven't, I apologize. If anyone's got any questions, please tag. Are you in the chat now, Mike?
I am, yeah. I'm trying not to laugh my head off at seeing Quinton James's comment.
Yeah, I tried.
But I've never been called a beef before. So. Thanks.
Quentin is a funny dude, and he's a character.
He seems it. I love it.
No, he's a good guy. So tag at Mike Bradley or tag at Guitar Hack, and then I'll see those questions pop up. We got 43 people in the house, so this is really cool.
Yeah, what a lovely turnout.
Yeah, man.
How do you like? Oh, sorry, I saw someone put. How do you like the blue Cutlass stainless steel frets? I think he's talking about my only Ball Music Man Cutlass. Unfortunately, it's not here. Where I am now. I don't live out. I just come and teach. But it's back at mine. But I have really bonded with the Music Man Cutlass. I'm playing it all the time now. It's that's why it's not here. It's at mine.
I was going to ask you, like, what are you playing? What are you gigging with? Because you've got awesome guitars. Like, just so you know, you could probably tell I'm a huge Gibson guy.
Yeah,
I love Gibson. Yeah. And you got that 335 that is just a smoking guitar.
Yeah, I'll show you that one. Yeah, it's
and then wow.
It's just, you know, I'd wanted one of these for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those kind of playing E chord.
Yeah.
And you think, shit. And then an hour and a half later, I'm still playing it, and you see that price tag just dangling at you, you know.
Yeah.
But, I left, you know, and I phoned my girlfriend now fiance. I'm still getting used to that. Yeah.
That's going to take a while to get used to that.
Yeah, well, I just always call her Dragon, to be honest with you, you know. That's what I'm only always call her. She can make toast just by anyway, she's lovely. But I phoned her up and I was like, I just played this guitar. I was like, oh my God, it's an amazing guitar, you know. And she's like, oh, why don't you get it? I went, because it's £3,500. And she's just like, well, you got savings. I was like, well, that's for a house, you know. But I thought, well, I'll sleep on it and see how I kind of feel, you know. And I did a video on my phone and was showing pupils, and I think I stuck it on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And I phoned my mum up. I was like, Mum, I played this game. You know? She's like, oh, Michael, it's a little bit. I was like, I know, you know. And I thought, well, I'll sleep on it. And my girlfriend, she was out, so I was in the flat on my own. And I thought, well, I'll sleep on it. If I wake up with that giddy feeling, I'll pull the plug. And I just literally woke up and went, and I just skipped down and got, you know,
got it. Yeah, cool, man.
Amazing, you know. So that's up there. But I've always, to answer your question, you know, I've always been a Strat guy. I'm very much at home on a Strat, you know, a Fender type guitar.
Right.
And my main, actually, like show and tell here, my kind of most important guitar to me is this one. And I've had this since I was, well, since 1998. I got this guitar. I wish it was in nitro cellulose because it would be so Stevie Ray'd right now. You know, but it's certainly got some dings, and it's done probably about 1,000 gigs. And
are those lace sensors on that?
Yeah, the gold lace sensor. Is it a Strat Plus?
I had one of those.
Yeah, I think he's a great guitar. He's got the rolling nut.
Yeah, the working. Yeah, I had that. I had that guitar.
Got this thing at the back, which I never know what it is. I think I'm trying to keep the tuning or something like that.
I don't know.
But I mean, at the moment, it needs soldering because it's all screwed. So I haven't played the guitar for a while. I attempted soldering it last week, and I just balls it up even more. So I was like, I'll just put that back. But yeah, so this is, you know, I'm very at home on a Strat type guitar,
right?
And Telecasters as well. Again, still in that Fender family,
right. So you're a Fender guy.
Yeah, but then no, a 345, the 335 type guitars as well. Like I played that, and I'm like, why don't I just play this guitar all the time? Because it's just such a the sound of it, the tone of it is just incredible, you know. So yeah, but and then I say that cutlass, which is basically a Strat.
A Strat, yeah.
It just rings. It's just such a beautiful guitar, you know.
Yeah, Ernie Ball makes great stuff, man. They make such good instruments, man.
Yeah. They sent it to me to kind of try out and do a video with. I think it was October time or something like that. And I remember when I sent it back to him, I thought, we may see each other again. And we was able to sort something out, and she's mine. You know, I'm blown away by it, you know. So, but yeah, that's kind of becoming like a almost, I don't want to say replacement, but because this has been out of action, it's kind of been doing a lot of gigs with me and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, don't get me wrong, I still love a good Les Paul. You know, I've got a great Les Paul. Yeah,
your Les Paul is amazing. Like, it is gorgeous, man.
Yeah, it's a really, really good Les Paul. Again, I've had that along 2000 I got that, and I think the older you have a guitar, it gets settled in, you know. Like when I got the cut, it was pretty much brand new. I think Anderton's had it before me, and then it got sent to me, but it was brand new. But now I've done probably about 15-20 gigs with it and played it for God knows how many hours. It feels broken in now, you know.
Yeah,
you've got a guitar which is 15-20 years old, and that's why I think the vintage thing is so big, and rightly so, because they just wear in a certain way. That could be all new age and hippie, of course, you know. But
no, I kind of get where you're, like I've got a 2005 Les Paul. I didn't get it. It wasn't mine. I bought it used, and yeah, it just. Actually, that's it right there.
I was going to say, is it that one there? Yeah,
right there, and it just, man, it just feels good. It feels right, you know. Like, you know, once you got it properly set up for you, it just, And I've got another one. I've got a classic that's also a 2005 that just, you know, it's like a worn. It's like a broken in pair of shoes. Like,
yeah, and that's what's always sometimes put me off about. Because I've had boutique builders approach me and stuff like that. Actually, I've got another one here which has been lent to me. This isn't mine, but my Telecaster's getting a refret.
Right.
And the guy who's doing it, he said, I'll have this for a while, you know, like borrow this. And this by a guy, Eternal Guitars. And I'm not usually a Relic fan. Like, this is proper Relic, you know.
Right.
But this is a really nice guitar. This is a cool guitar, you know, but this is like 6 weeks old. You know what I mean? And like, it looks,
right.
You know, so, but what's always put me off a little bit by getting, you know, a custom built guitar, you know, you can say your specs and that kind of stuff. But if you was to go to a guitar shop, Guitar Center, or any guitar shop, you know,
right,
and you could have 20 Strats or any kind of type of guitar, but it's just like a Strat, and you're playing them, and you might find one you're like, oh, I like this one, but not a fan of the others.
I get that all the time.
You know what I mean? So like, if you get a custom one done, you could say the specifications, this kind of stuff, but then it might not just bond with you. You know what I mean? Or it might.
It's not a guarantee. No, I talk about that all the time, you know, and it just, I don't know, like, again, you were saying, like, I don't know if it's just in my head thing, but I can pick up 2 guitars, the same year, the same model, the same everything, and I'll notice a difference in the neck between one and the other. Oh, yeah, definitely. And, you know what? When you say about the neck there, when I played that new Jimmy Page Telecaster, they got the Dragon Telly there. Right, yeah, the mirror one. And, they've got the pre-Dragon and the Dragon one. Yeah. But it's built on the same guitar. And I thought, I bet the necks are different. Both the necks are completely different. I thought, Fender, for God's sake, sorry to interrupt, but when you said that, it just came in my head there. But neck's such an important thing, isn't it? You know? Oh, it's totally, you know, and like, I just, you know, I'm always, I don't know, I'm obsessed with friggin' Les Pauls, right? So I'm always looking for another one and this and that. And I just played a couple, and they were exactly the same year, the same model. And one I grabbed, and it just, right off the bat, you're just playing. And then the other one, I grabbed it, and I'm not quite playing. There's a little bit of a fight. There's an argument involved. You know? It's weird, right? Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah. And one neck felt, as soon as I grabbed the neck of the second one, it's like, this ain't the same neck. So you wonder if that's your head. And usually, you know, like, you know, usually it's like how the guitar looks, right? That's the first thing. And then you grab it, and it's how it feels and this and that. The second guitar was actually, the finish on it was way nicer than the first one. Right. But I still wouldn't buy it because it didn't play as nice as the first one. Yeah. Well, this is it. Yeah. I mean, got to be the whole package. It's really artificial, really, aren't they? You know, it's all about if it plays and sounds good, stays in tune. That's a big, yeah. Well, when you get into that kind of Les Paul money, they better damn stain too. Yeah, right. God. Yeah. You know. We got some more new people popped in. Nathan Madden, official page. Welcome. Hey, Craig Reckless is here. Scott Nickerson is here. Welcome, everybody. Again, I'm falling way back in the chat. I'm just looking. I think I've just seen something from Michael Rendon. I think he was asking me, how did it feel to do your very first video? I'm assuming he's talking about like my first YouTube video. YouTube, yeah. That's going back a bit. But I remember it took a few videos to be completely comfortable, you know. I felt sometimes that to not put on a character, but like, that's probably the wrong word, but I felt you got to be a certain way, and I could see my little fidget is, you know, touching my face all the time and things like that, you know. But yeah, I mean, I initially did it just to kind of get my name out there, you know, be it if people want a guitar tutor or a guitar player in a band or anything, you know. Well, the first video I properly did was, I think it's called Public Announcement. And it's a fucking stupid video. But it's still up there. I'm like, I'm like, no, it's like a diary entry, isn't it? You know? Now everybody's gonna go look for that, right? Oh, well, they will. Yeah. Well, it's annoying. Like, if you go on Google, I mean, not that I really sit and Google my name, but if I put my name in Google, that is like the first video that comes up. I'm like, I've got like 400 odd videos. Why is that one coming up? You know. Yeah. But no, like, if you're thinking about doing YouTube, it's just do it. You know, you're probably going to have a bit of nervousness, or it might feel a bit strange, you know, essentially talking to yourself. But after a while, you kind of
treat the camera as a person.
As a person, yeah.
Yeah. Or cameras, you know.
Yeah.
And now, you know, I'm pretty, I mean, if I, like, after Christmas, I didn't do any filming for about a month or 3 or 4 weeks anyway. So it's kind of then, so, oh, how do I do this again? You know, but the one thing I don't like doing, I'm not comfortable with, like, vlogging in the street, like walking down a road with a camera. That I'm not comfy with that at all. I've done it, but I will try and wait for the street to be empty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I try to shoot stuff in a music store.
Oh, all right.
And I get, like, if somebody, like, I was trying some guitars around Christmas time, and the one store I was in, they had like a room, you know, out in the back, so there was nobody in the room. So I set up the camera, and I'm trying to, because this was a brand new guitar that had come out. Really, it was a Fender Meteora, right?
Okay.
And you know, it's not a guitar that it just come out. So I was like, hey, you know, we'll talk a little bit about it. You know, people that may be interested in it, and then somebody walks in the room, and they're like, man, right away, kind of just shut right down. I don't, because he looked like an idiot. You know, what's this guy doing filming himself but talking into his phone? What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah. No. I mean, it's becoming a bit more of a norm now, you know, to see people vlogging and stuff, you know. But even at NAMM, and like I do a walk, you know, I'd stayed like 10 minutes away from the NAMM show, and I'd be like, right, let's do a little introduction. I'd be like, oh, there's only people around, you know, like even after all this time, if I'm just filming like some guitars or something, it's a little cross section.
Yeah,
that's fine. But the actual talking, I still don't particularly like. Yeah, I get a little bit, you know. But that's just my own sad insecurities, isn't it?
Yeah, we all have them, man. Dave's our guitarist saying, keep in mind necks are all hand sanded, so each one is going to be slightly different. Yeah, that is true. Simon Williams is here. Hey, buddy.
Oh, I recognize that name, Simon Williams. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Simon is he's a neighbor. He's in the UK. Oh, Michael B is asking, Mike does play in an Eagles tribute. He's asking if you play in an Eagles tribute band.
I do play the Alter Eagles.
That's cool, Alter Eagles.
Yeah, I do quite a lot of gigs with it. I think last year we did like 35 shows, I think. So I do a fair few gigs with them. I'm playing from, actually this weekend I've got a nutty week. Friday I'm going to say countries, unless you're from the UK like Simon, you won't know. I'm playing in Bath, which is like towards the West Country. Right. And I'm playing in Somerset. And then I'm going to Birmingham to the Birmingham Guitar Show. So it's just a lot of, but Friday and Saturdays with the Eagles. Right. But I will never ever put any Eagles on YouTube again, because it always gets taken down for copyright.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, or I get a flag or some description. Won't necessarily get, like, the first videos what did quite well for me early on YouTube was I taught the Hotel California solo. Right. And this was back when I think the max you could do on a YouTube was 15 minutes or 10 minutes or something. Which is crazy. I just remembered that. It's crazy to think there was a limit, wasn't there? And now you can do hours. But so it was in 3 parts. Right. And I think the 3rd part got taken down because I played it with a loop pedal, like the chords, I was assuming. So I just re-uploaded it, but muted out. I took out the end section where I played the whole thing. But now the part 2 isn't shown in the States. So the only one that could be shown now is the first one. It's stupid. I've taught one of these nights as well, and that got taken down for anywhere in America. You can't watch it.
Yeah, there's a couple of bands that are really, really aggressive, and it's actually listed. You can do a search. Really? You can do a search and see which bands you're not allowed to use and which ones that'll just give you a copyright claim. Like, I have the same issue. I'll post gigs that I've done, and or I'll do even like rehearsals, because I'm in a couple of different bands. So I'll post, you know, here's a rehearsal, you know, and even before, as soon as that thing gets uploaded, it's immediate. There's a copyright claim. It's immediate, you know, but then you'll go, it could be like there might be, I don't know, 20 songs or something. It'll just be like that 1 or 2. Right? Bon Jovi, I always get hit with Bon Jovi.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Bon Jovi's always a copyright claim. There's a couple of others too. I think
I mean, I
AC/DC is another
understand. They do it though. You can like share the royalty,
right?
Not
that a copyright claim, basically, yeah, they're going to take. I mean, not that I'm ever going to make any money from these videos. I mean, you know, like that's never going to happen. But if there was money made, they would get a portion, or I don't know how much percentage, to be honest. But yeah, but at least let me use that. Let me keep the video up though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, as long as I can keep the video up, you know. I've only had it a couple of times where, like I say, the Hotel California one with the Eagles, but the one which was the most ridiculous, and it was so sad. Again, back what I saw earlier about the guy who makes the Les Paul replicas.
Right.
The first time he gave me this 59 replica, and I think I can't remember what it's called now. I was like, "What do you think of this 59 Les Paul?" or something like that.
Right.
And it just took off. Like it was, I think it got like 20,000 views in 2 days. I was like, oh, cool. You know, it's always a good feeling that people are liking it, you know.
Yeah.
And then after about a week, 2 weeks, it got taken down. Like literally, like, and I got a strike on my channel, and it was someone had classed it as sexual activity or something like that. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I replied back, you know, because YouTube are like the, you know, Illuminati or something. They're so hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no sexual activity unless people are turned on by guitars or, you know, my ugly mug. I don't know, but you know, and they didn't get back to me. I still can't get it back up.
Gone, eh?
And I was like, oh man, that's a good video.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never understand why that got taken down. So my only, at first I thought, did Gibson not like it, or it was someone who was jealous or something. You know what I mean? Like it didn't make sense why that got taken down. But
well, EVH and Gear TV Network is saying, like Pete Thorne's Eruption tutorial, still one of the best, was during a 10-minute period. It spanned 5 videos.
Oh, cool.
To teach that, to teach Eruption.
Wow, yeah, that's right. You did, yeah, 5, 6 videos, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'm seeing something what thrash metal and fun riffs said. Not to spam, but I made a video featuring Ben Coombs and Mike. Last time I was unblocked and got an awesome shout out from Mike. Hee, I'm dumb. But I will say it again. Hi, thrash metal. What's it? Fun riff. Hi, thrash metal and fun riff.
There you go.
Hi, Zach Dong.
Oh, Zach Thong, I didn't catch Zach. Hey, Zach, how are you? Yeah, you probably see some familiar names here too.
Yeah, it's great to see him.
Yeah. So, so you got a lot of stuff going on, eh? You do sessions. You obviously you play live. You got lessons. You do the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And that's basically what you kind of got to do nowadays, don't you? If you want this to be like your sole source of income, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It's having, I guess, a constant stream of some kind of income,
right?
You know, if you want to be self-employed, kind of thing. I mean, I couldn't survive. Like even my friends, like, so you got, I don't know what my total views are, like 8 million views or something like that, nearly 9 million, something like that. And I'm like, God, you must be earning loads from YouTube. It's like, mate. If I got, you know, never mind a pound, a penny per view, then you know I'll be a wealthy man right now, you know.
Right.
But I was like, that's not how it works, you know. Oh. But I don't, you know, I'm sure the same. I think we're all the same. Don't do it because you want to make a buck. You gotta, if you want to get into YouTube, you gotta like doing it, you know. And I really like doing videos, like coming up with or coming across a new editing thing. Where like, oh shit, I could do that for a fancy little cut angle there. Or remember when I first tried experimenting with, you know, split screens.
Oh yeah, those split screens that you do are fantastic, man. Those
they're a lot of work, but
I can imagine they're a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a bit quicker now, but I remember that first one, the Telecaster versus Strat, which blew my mind how that took off, you know.
Yeah,
and I was like, I can't be arsed with this. You know, it was just trying to get it so I could fit both of me in. And then eventually I did it. And then the editing bit was just like, oh, it took hours to do that. You know?
Right. And how much income do you think you got from all that time spent?
You know what though? I mean, that's crazy on 1.2 million views.
Yeah.
So I probably have made a little bit on that, you know. But I mean, that's been over years. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
So you definitely can't be doing it for money, is what I'm trying to say. Like it's
absolutely. Yeah, man, for sure. You know, it's you got to do it, and like I say, it's fun. It's fun to do, and you know. But the main thing is, well, the whole reason I did it in the first place was to get my name out as a player. You know, and it is kind of like a business card, really. Now, you know, it's that's what if you're you know a player and you want to try and break into the industry and you're approaching companies, they all say, what's your Instagram? What's your YouTube? That's what they all kind of say. So I'm kind of glad that I started a few years ago before now everyone is doing it, you know. So I was able to get my foot in the door a little bit, but I'm still, you know, I'm not a huge channel, you know, I'm getting there, you know. But yeah, you know, to be a self-employed musician, yeah, you definitely need to, you know, try and have as much going on as possible, really, you know, and yeah, not to be lazy.
I'm trying to.
I can be very lazy.
I was told I missed a good question here, so I'm just looking for it. In the meantime, let me just say hello to some new people. Hadley Scott McIntyre, welcome. Oh, okay, I found a question. It's a question from Ron Limber. Ron, how are you? If I haven't said hello.
Hello,
he's asking if you know where Freddie is laid to rest. The mystery goes on.
Freddie.
It's not about Freddie Mercury.
Well, oh God, I don't know. I'm guessing kind of Knightsbridge way in London. But it was Mary. Did Mary? I think only Mary knows, doesn't she? I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that question. You completely.
Yeah, I know. Neither was I. I'm like, I'm looking for really good. I thought it was like a musical thing, but well, it kind of is a musical thing. Art inspire art. Art inspire art. Welcome. How are you?
Hello.
How's it going? Let's see. Old Blue Wind. Welcome. Okay.
Daniel Canchola, I think his name is. What do you think of? Oh, can't even pronounce it. Pew Salem guitars. Have you tried any of their model? Pew Salem. I haven't even heard of them until 7 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Pew Salem. I'll have to check them out.
Dry Heat 480. Welcome. Rat Wolf. How's it going? Wizard Wand Music. Welcome. Wow. Scuffed MF. Okay, there's a new name. Welcome.
Yeah. And yes, Todd Gray on my clock behind me has stopped. Yes, it stopped about 3 years ago, but now it's kind of a conversation starter. Hello, Amanda Coombs.
Hey, Absolute Mayhem. Welcome.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Poo Ninja. Every time I go and look down, there's another name in there. So I'd like to welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for popping in. Yeah, no worries, Todd. So, Mike, when did you start? Like, we haven't got into that because usually that's why my first question is like, so when did you start playing and what got you interested in the guitar?
Yeah, I started playing when I was 12 in 1996, a little while ago. But when I was a kid, like going back even younger, like I was kind of hanging out with, when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, I was hanging out with 15, 16-year-olds, which is kind of strange to think now, but it was kind of safer times, you know. And I remember just one day they all started in a band. I never even knew some of them played guitar or anything like that, you know. And so being a little kid, I was like, oh, I can play keyboards. I couldn't. I could just dunk, 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 you know, the kind of sample thing. Yeah. And then one of them had like a half-size bass guitar, which was kind of like the same size of electric guitar, I suppose, thinking about it now. And they said, oh, play bass instead of that. So I just thought it was a guitar. I didn't even know there was a bass. I just thought it was a guitar. Right. And so I just was on the low 6 string or low 4 string, really, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Just kind of bum 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 bum, you know, doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I initially wanted to play drums. That's what really appealed to me.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to play drums first.
Yeah. And I remember coming home to my mom and saying, "No, can I play drums?" And she's like, "No, it's far too loud. It's too big. You could have something like a guitar, though, like really like off the cuff. Like, you could have something like a guitar." I was like, "All right, I'll have a guitar then." And then I must have waited about 1.5 years, I think. And then for my 12th birthday, my dad got me a guitar. And then, yeah, you know, as always, you have the growing pains, learning your open chords and bar chords, and probably only playing once a week at guitar lessons and stuff, you know. But after, I remember when I saved up and I saved up my paper route money, or as you Americans say, paper route. We call it paper round. But I saved up that, and I bought a second-hand Telecaster. It was like by a company I've never heard of. If anyone has, please let me know. I believe it was called CIMAC, CIMAC, and it was basically a Telecaster custom copy. So black with a scratch plate with the Les Paul toggle and the 4, you know.
That's interesting.
Never seen it since, and I bought it for £90. The guitar and like a little custom custom practice amp.
Right.
And by that point, I've been playing for about 6 months. And I remember the guy I was at a guy's apartment me and my dad went to, and I found it in the local paper. And I remember him trying to play Wonderwall, and I thought, I can play better than that. And so I remember that's where I was after 6 months. I could play Wonderwall really well, you know, the standard song, you know. And then, you know, I just started getting more and more into it, you know. And then kind of, 14, 15, I was like, yeah, I'm getting it now, you know. And then kind of from there, you know. But yeah, it all started really by, you know, me saying to my mum, I want to play drums, and her saying, no, we can have a guitar.
Yeah.
And little did she know how loud I would be with a guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of how it all kind of started, you know. But you know, when I started playing guitar, it was, especially in England, it was a very like the music scene was terrible. I mean, you had Oasis and Blur. They're your two, no, Britpop and everything like that. But predominantly when at my school, it was all, you know, DJs and MC, like house and garage and drum and bass music. That was what everyone was into at my school, you know. And obviously you had girl band and boy bands, Spice Girls and Take That. I don't know if Take That were big in the States, but Spice Girls I know were. So it was all that. And then I started playing guitar in the middle of that, which was kind of, so it wasn't a cool thing to play guitar. Like, I didn't tell anyone at my school for a long time. I just kind of kept it to myself. And then word kind of got around, like music, I'd play in music class, and then, oh, you play guitar, you know. And I remember end of year 11, like my last year at secondary school, and this girl I really liked, and they put on like this performance, and I did Don't Look Back in Anger, again, Oasis. And I learnt the solo, and I had this super clean practice amp, and I did the solo from that, and you know, I had a piano player there, a drummer there, and I was on this stage. And I remember looking, and I saw Holly, but I won't say her surname because it's internet, but I saw this girl who I really liked staring at me, smiling, and I was like, yes, the guitar works.
It's true. It's true.
I'm sticking with it, you know. So that was funny, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a guitar player.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sold.
Done. Gets you women. That's what it's all about. But yeah, you know. But like I say, yeah, it was a weird time, you know. And I'm like guitar magazines with my friend. I had guitar lessons from a great guy called Alan Pinches, who unfortunately passed away, but he was very old school. He was a jazz guy, and he kind of taught me backwards, like what we deem shape 1 of the pentatonic scale. He said to me that was shape 3. So I learned it as 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he said there was no room for shape 2, and he had this big method. And I was like, all right. And it weren't until I went to music college, and they said play shape 1. So I was playing what we know as shape 5. And I'm like, what are you doing? I went, well, this is shape 1. that's shape 3 you're playing. I went, no, that's shape 1. So I was like, what? What's going? And I was playing it as a blues scale as well. He showed me.
Right, you're playing the extra notes, yeah.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, he had his own method, which I kind of had to try and forget as I got older, you know. But yeah, you know, so it was just all, you know, ground up. I thought Noel Gallagher was the best guitar player in the world, you know. And I remember I went to a guitar show, and I think about 1998. So I've been playing for a couple of years, and I saw this kind of long, straggly hair and a ponytail and a little goatee beard. This guy with a PRS, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And he was just blistering it, and it was Guthrie Govan. So he was probably about 27 at the time, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, "No, Gallagher doesn't do that." You know what I mean? And then later that afternoon, I saw Paul Gilbert play as well. I was
there's
like,
another one.
I was like, hang on, what is this? You know, but I didn't get their names, you know, but I knew Guthrie did something for a guitar magazine. So then I started getting them, you know.
Right.
And then obviously I found out about Eric Clapton, and I remember just loving Bad Love. I just would spend ages trying to learn the riff of Bad Love, and then got into Bon Jovi through Richie Sambora. Like, he was my childhood hero, Richie Sambora. I just loved everything about Sambora. And then you just go through the ranks, don't you? Come across new players. You know,
you open in the Pandora's box, and then you start finding what you gravitate to, and you know.
Yeah. And I like to think, you know, and I'm glad I did it that way, you know, because I didn't learn a pentatonic scale until I've been playing for 2 years, you know, and by that point I could play rhythm all right. I knew my major scales first because my teacher was very, you know, jazzy, you know.
Right.
I had all my bar chords open, and I could play in time, well, ish, you know, but I was kind of going that way. Then I gravitated. Now, of course, go on YouTube, you pick up the guitar for the first time, A minor pentatonic, you get some guy showing you A minor pentatonic, you know, when you don't even know what a C chord is. So,
and that's a big problem.
It's good and bad, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to just slowly go up, and, you know, say Richie Kotzen, that was a big eye opener, seeing him play.
Oh, Richie Kotzen. You know, one thing you taught me in one of your lessons, you were doing this whole thing with like the Jimi Hendrix thing, you know, like the hammer-on thing. And I use that to this day. I mean, that was just so handy to use. It's like, oh man, you know, like, I'm doing it all the time.
Well, I remember I was about 19, 20, and I was all about speed. I probably could play faster then than what I do now, but, you know, I was all about playing fast and power chords. That was it. You know, I didn't want to know anything about flashy chords, because I just wanted to be in a rock and roll band and play fast and cool shreddy guitar and take all the women. That's all I cared about when I was 17, 18, 19. Right. Kind of still now a little bit, but you know, I was all about that. But I would hear like Little Wing and be like, how does Jimmy do that? That kind of chord, and you're doing lead at the same time. And I was teaching guitar at this point, and I just sat down. I like the tab from Little Wing, and I just sat and just went with it, you know. And I was like, it's still not making sense. And eventually, I was just looking at an E minor chord, you know, using the A minor shape.
Right.
And then something just clicked. I was like, hang on a minute, shape 4 pentatonics there. So when you're doing those little hammer on it, it just clicked. I was like, I see it. And then the cage thing, you know, and I was like, well, there's A minor. So shape 1's around that, and so I was like, I see it. That's a complete light bulb, and that's when the guitar just completely opened up for me. Yeah, you know, and I got it all down, and then like it's very addictive, as you were just saying. Once you get into that rhythm lead thing, because then you're being musical. It's not like metronome, you know, trying to get your scales or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's nice too, right? Because, you know, you're playing chords, but you're doing something around the chord. And you know, as you know, 90% of the time, what are you doing? You're playing rhythm. You're not playing lead.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
So it's nice to have those little things to dress it up, right? So Mike, I got about 10 more minutes that I can go. I don't know how you doing. How are you doing on time? Can you
No,
go
I just saw the time. I was having a good time. I just thought, God, it's 10 past. Yeah. No worries, man. Yeah.
Okay, another 5 minutes maybe is good for you.
Yeah. I'll just check these comments. The chat here. Got to check out Mike. You do old Blue Wind. You do have to check out Mike Bradley.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I believe I have your link in the cards. So if anybody wants to check out Mike Bradley, his link should be in the cards. And I usually say this at one point whenever I do a show, so I might as well just do it now. So everybody in the chat, we got some fantastic people here. We got Mike Bradley here. Please, let's all sub to everybody. Let's grow the community. Let's keep everything positive, and let's all share our passion for the guitar and music. Let's just keep it going.
For sure, yeah.
Onward and upward.
It's a great community now on here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
someone just said, have you had a chance to see any of Alex 5000 vids on YouTube about to see him jam? I have seen Alex 5000. He seems a quirky fella, but he is a ridiculous guitar player. I've never met him. Alex 5000. He's like, I've seen videos of him. He'll play the whole, like, no edit. It would be a complete, not a live stream, but he'll just record a video playing Passion and Warfare, and he'll be playing the whole album note for note. And then he'll do Mr. Big Lean Into It album, or Extreme, I don't know, Waiting for the Punchline, or one of those. Right. Note for note. Like, and there's no pause, and then he is the same play, but he is nuts and swears like a trooper, you know. Right. But he's a very good guitar player. Yeah, very good guitar player. I'm surprised he hasn't got as many subs or followers as he should, really. He's a good player, actually. I forgot about him, actually. I might have to check out some videos of his. Bam Mosey, I've been subbed to Mike Bradley for quite a while. Thank you, Bam Mosey. Beautiful soul.
Scott DeFook, don't sub to me. I don't want to be found. Okay.
Now everyone's going to go and sub. You're going to get 50 new subscribers.
He wants to remain incognito. Okay. Thanks, Eric. Eric is saying great panel today. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody for watching. You guys are amazing. You know, you were saying, Mike, about, you know, why you started the YouTube thing. For me, it was about this. Just meeting people and you know, like, if I didn't have a channel, I wouldn't be talking to Mike Bradley right now. You know, it's that kind of thing, right? It's really cool to hook up and link up and have these conversations, because I don't know about in your life, but in my life, there's not a hell of a lot of people I can talk, an hour and 10 minutes about music with, or
and we just met each other. Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean? It's like, we're speaking for the first time, and like an hour just went by, you know? So
yeah. I could easily chat longer. No, it's amazing. I remember when with Ben Coombs, you know, like I did a chat with him, and he was the first person I saw where he's really active in the community. You know, we all are, you know. Yeah. And I really admired that, you know. And then so it was great to see him at NAMM, and, you know, like we got to actually see each other in person. And touch. And stuff like that. You know, so, and people like yourself, and like I say, the guy I always see a lot, was it Eddie Van, the EVH?
Oh, EVH and Gear TV. Yeah,
he's very active.
Yeah, he's got a fantastic channel. That's Eric. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. Really cool.
Really good stuff. Charlie S. I think I said hello to Charlie S. If I haven't, welcome.
Do I know Justin Johnson? I don't. Old Blue Wind, I'm afraid. I've never. Is he on YouTube? Is he an active player? Is he, or? But no, I haven't come across him before.
Rick Romanelli, thank you so much, man. That's really nice of you to say. Rick Romanelli.
Yeah, very sweet of you to say. Yeah, and rightly so. You do have an effect on people.
Appreciate that. You know what? You want to do this again, man? Because I feel like
we should.
You know, because I could talk to you for like another 3 hours.
Yeah, no, it's been great, man. It's been a really nice time. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? Yeah, offline.
Yeah, drop us a message and that. Yeah.
We'll see if we could set something up again, because this was a lot of fun. Yeah. This was a lot of fun.
And thank you all for you know, joining in and chatting away here. You know, sorry I've been a bit rubbish and looking at the chat, but I've been kind of engaging with Guitar Hack, and so I'm like, oh, I've got to look at the chat as well, of course.
No, it's tricky to do. Like, now we have 51 people. I mean, it's tricky to do.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of looking at you and looking at the phone and looking at you, and that's why I keep asking people to tag, because then I can see them right away.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It gets lost, right? It gets Four Walls music. I don't know if I saw Four Walls music, and then I don't want to miss anyone either. That's the other thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I want everyone to feel like
you're very welcome, Mars man. You're very well. I'm glad you enjoy them.
Yeah. Okay. If there's any last minute questions, folks, now's the time. Throw them in quick, because we're gonna wrap this up in a couple minutes here. I gotta take off, and Mike's got things to do. Henrik Viking, thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, it was. I don't usually go this early. I was, saying earlier. So I have people in here that always say, "Man, your streams are so late. I can't catch." They watch the replay. So a lot of people in Europe now are like Henrik is able to watch.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I always try and when I even uploading videos, I try and think of America, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Time upload about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which in LA is what 6 in the morning. For you, it'd be, I don't know, 7 in the morning. I don't know what it is. I'm really bad at remembering the time difference. But what can you do?
I appreciate that, Scott DeFuke.
Oh, I missed that. Was he?
He's saying he loves how he say his name without cursing. Yeah, because I know that's what he's trying to get me to do. So I'm not going to fall for that. Janice Lala, how are you? I haven't said hello.
Simon, my man, I'm playing, I think, in Taunton. I think. And then Friday, I'm in Bath. I'm playing with the Alter Eagles, altereagles.co.uk, I think it is. So the gigs will be on there. But I think in Somerset, I'm in Taunton, buddy.
Okay.
And I'm Simon Williams. I'm sure it's the Simon Williams I'm thinking of. If it is, I'm seeing him in a couple of weeks. If it is that Simon Williams.
Is that true, Simon?
I'm sure I've said this before, and I never know if it's the Simon who I've been drunk with many a times, or if it's a different Simon. I'm kind of watching what I'm saying.
Maybe he doesn't remember because he made
Exactly. Saying that, I did have yesterday. I had my first weird thing from the internet. This guy, I've had someone phoning me up on WhatsApp a few times, and I'm like, who is that? And I'll just ignore it.
Right.
But yesterday I was in the middle of learning some songs, and then it came out. I was like, who is this person? So I kind of answered it, and it was this very strange looking guy, headphones, quite a big, he was a big black guy, and he's like, hello, Mike Bradley guitar. I was like, you all right? And I was like, how can I help you? He goes, would you like to meet up with me on Thursday? I was like, oh, what? And he was talking about some postcode, and I was like, okay, I'm a little bit scared right now. And then he put the phone down, then kept trying to phone me. So I blocked him, but I was like, I've had my first, maybe I've made it now. I've had my first weirdo. Kind of contact me. So maybe Simon, where is he? What's that Guitar Hack? That's safe. Who me? Oh no. Then it's a different Simon. Sorry, there's just 2 Simon Williams in the world.
Oh, I'm sure there's more than 2. That's a common name. Hey, Weedy Guitar Studio, welcome. No worries, Art Inspire Art. No worries, buddy. No worries. Okay, folks.
The blue guitar I rock the blues is Eternal Guitars. This one. So I'll get back so I can actually see what I'm looking at the camera. This one, Eternal Guitars. It's very nice. I'll probably do a video of something coming up, but he's got my Telecaster at the moment as it's getting new frets and a new nut as they were worn down to the wood. They were knackered beyond belief. They were.
All right. Was there any last things you wanted to? Anything you want to promote?
Do a quick jam. I would have a quick jam, but I think the sound would be awful. Unfortunately, I have to get my mic sorted in it.
Is there any last things you wanted to mention, Mike? Anything you wanted to promote?
No, it's been lovely hanging out with you, buddy. And we definitely have to sort this again. And to all people new to me or old to me, thank you for always your love and support. It means a lot. I say this community on YouTube is great, and I don't take for a second granted the people who kind of, you know, take time out their day and watch my stuff, or, you know, like me, follow me, all that kind of stuff, you know, or someone mentioned earlier they bought my music, you know, got an EP or bought a lesson for my website. It all helps, you know, support, you know, musicians, you know, because now, you know, it is hard to do a living as a musician, or, you know, especially if you want to be an artist and stuff, you know. So having beautiful people like this, you know, and like yourself, it's great, you know, and YouTube's a great thing as well, you know, to get your name out as a player, or to be a part of a community, you know, and speak with like-minded people about just geeking out on guitar shit. You know, it's great, you know, like if you've got a lot of mates who are into football or soccer or whatever, and I'm not a sports person, so you're down the pub chatting, you're like, oh, okay, you know, let's talk about some guitars, you know. So this is, I love it. I could speak all day, you know. Totally.
So I want to thank Mike so much for popping in. This was great. If you haven't subbed to Mike Bradley, please do. If you haven't subbed to me, please do. The link is below.
Definitely.
Please like the video, folks. If you enjoyed what you saw, like the video. And yeah, we're going to try and do this again.
Definitely.
I may or may not go on Thursday. I do a regular Thursday show, but I'm kind of under the weather. If I'm feeling better Thursday, folks, I will be on. If not, then if I'm not on Thursday, I will be a week from today, on Tuesday next week at 7 p.m. my regular time. I will have Dave's Guitar Channel. Dave from Dave's Guitar Channel. So check that out. Okay. All right, folks. Have a great afternoon. Have a great week. Thank you all so much. This was a lot of fun, and we'll catch you next time.
Take care, guys. Love to see you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.